live. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So it's live and then cool. Okay. So we're live on this end also. I don't know. Oops. Play, pause. Sorry. There's gonna be a bunch of people watching me not know how to use this material. Okay. All right. You've got everything up on your end. Everyone's got the link.
Yes.
I put it on my end also.
So I
hereby call. By the way, we can.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say like we can save these live episodes and then I can cut out all of our like bumbling sort of like, whoa, is this live?
People
Do
can
we know what
always
we're
skip
doing?
ahead
Because
they know the 10-second button. They can do that. Why take it?
that's true. Okay.
I can pay for this. This is free content. So
Thank you. Yes, that's right. Yeah, you want this to be better? Give us money. Please. Okay. All right.
meeting of I am going to solo myself podcast live because I was tagged on TikTok today, minding my own business, and I get tagged and I open it up and I want you to see what I saw. So Amber has not seen these despite I reposted it to I did a duet and then I took that off TikTok because it showed people in it. And then it's over on Instagram. But I'm going to take it down right after Amber gets a view at this.
Okay.
And I'll keep it to like put back up with like censorship. But yeah, Amber hadn't seen it yet. So we're going to have a raw reaction to her seeing what an individual posted on TikTok.
Okay. Where am I watching this? Am I
Go
looking on my
into that link that I texted you to my stories?
Okay. I'm going on Instagram.
Yeah.
I like that we're both very young, but all of this is so confusing. I'm like, okay, where am I going? In the stories? I don't know if I see it. I can look in our text message. Should I just look in the text message?
Yeah. Just click the link in the text message. Will take you right there. You won't have to watch all of them.
Oh, okay. Make sure you watch my Insta story first. All right. Wait.
Here it is.
Okay, I'm watching. Watch this. This is such an old lady. Yes, I would like to. It says story unavailable. Wait.
I deleted it.
Oh, you know what?
Right,
honestly, no, it's good that you deleted it. That's responsible.
Yeah, I deleted it, but I'm going to send you the edited version that I had, which was actually up there when I was communicating with Sandy. Hold on. There we go.
Okay.
It's coming.
All right. I couldn't watch these earlier because I was at work, so I was trying to be a good employee. So I don't know what happened. All right, did you send it to me? You texted it to me?
Yes.
Okay. Waiting on the text message. There it is. Okay.
Nope. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Let me send you the link to my the proper link.
Did you send
me
my
porn? Instagram story?
Is it porn? Did you send me porn?
I did not. Did I accidentally? No.
You didn't.
Okay.
No, but
now you got the right.
It would be funny if you sent me porn. Honestly, that just feels like a thing I would do. I can I just tell you how terrified I am to send people. It's not even like I like watch porn that much. But I am absolutely terrified that I'll just like accidentally like because Will and I will send each other funny gifs and that's all you need to know. And sometimes I'm just like, LOL, look at this, and I'm like, oh no. My dad got one of those once. It was awkward. My dad took it real well. I have to say, a big round of applause for my dad for not being just terrified about his daughter. Okay, no, it's not working.
It's in the mass text. Watch this story.
I am in the mass text. It's not working.
Just go to my stories.
Just explain to people.
The one of me duetting.
Duetting? You duetted it? Okay.
Yeah.
Look, we are not tech savvy people, and I think that okay. Action 9 News.
If anyone wants to volunteer to be our, what is it, producer?
Producer. Nope. I think you deleted it. Sorry.
Okay. I'm going to message you again. I'm going to send it. I want you to go to Insta. Oh, no.
Don't send me it on Instagram. We have decided it's not.
Yeah, go look at. That's correct. I'm sorry. I did delete it.
Swear to God, Melissa.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, it's not on your Instagram. By the way, you should be happy about that. Okay. I'm gonna see. I see the link in our.
What songs do you sing?
Okay. I really need you ladies to both get fucking Apple iPhones. I hate that you have. What do you have? What phones do both of you have? Where, oh, you monsters! Just get Apples. Do you know how difficult it is to text you during the workday? You send me things, and it's just like this tiny little thumbnail. I don't even know how to use it. Like, okay, wait. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
What songs do you sing while embalming? Somebody said prayers off. When them hoes turn up, they know. No filter.
Okay.
Can you see what's going on there?
So they're singing in the embalming room.
That's obviously an embalming room, right?
Okay, yes, they're singing in the embalming room. It does look like everyone's covered, though. I didn't see any identifiable features. Was I missing something? No, I didn't see any.
If you'd seen it bigger, there was down decedent in the back.
Okay, I saw feet. Sorry, you were trying to explain, and I interrupted you.
Oh, there's a lady in the back that's in a gown that's completely uncovered. And then go a little bit. Wait. Okay, so then I'm gonna send you the next one. Wait, what does that say?
What do you sing? It's just here's your stitch thing. Hold on. I swear to God, get an Apple iPhone. Apple like purposefully.
Wait. What songs do you sing while
okay, so this must be you. I see you. You're. I do kind of wonder what song he's singing. Okay. All right. Okay, so I see a gentleman in the prep room with a bunch of bodies, and they are covered. They do have sheets on them. I because it's small, I couldn't see the woman in the back, so I hope that no one else sees her. I did see some bare feet, though. So okay, why don't we talk about the reaction that people had to you reposting it? Because I actually find that more interesting, and I do suspect I know what people might have said, but
yeah, good point. Was I mean, I have 45,000 followers, but in logistic, that actually watch a day is anywhere but from 200 to 1,000, maybe 2,000 on a good day. Probably 40 people had looked at it by the time I got a couple messages that were like, hey, you're reposting that without it censored, and that's a good point. Just because I didn't take the video, I'm trying to bring awareness to it, but that doesn't do the decedents any honor that I'm sharing it too.
Right.
So, yeah, got that down for that reason. But I want us to talk about it. Yeah, just because look at the next video. It's on the same person's account.
Okay. The one you just sent.
They literally set the phone up to catch this.
What do you say when you drop a body?
Oh, yeah. Wait.
What do you say when you drop a body? Shit. What do you say when you drop a body?
Okay, so it was really small because, again, my iPhone is not like Android's. Did he drop an actual body, or was it just like, was he mimicking?
We have all, anybody that's worked in death care for an extended period of time has lost control of a body. We've had them slide off a cot, something like that. Anybody that is worth their salt that has worked in death care has had a mishap, whether they caught them or not. This was a guy not positioning himself properly between the cot and the embalming table. This deceased individual was in a body bag. They should have been on the opposite side to pull the body to them. Instead, they tried to slide him over. So what happened? The body went between the cot and the table onto the floor. And you could tell that the way the body collapsed between the two items, the two pieces, we've all seen that enough to know what dead weight moves like. We've all
like
seen
dead
it.
weight. Yeah.
Yes. And there's an obvious fold, and it's just like,
Yeah. No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
So these were both posted today, or when did these come up?
The one that I was tagged in, I was tagged this morning, and it had been up for at least 24 hours and had like 54 views or something. It hadn't gone viral or anything, but somebody had found it. And he's since blocked me. The handle on TikTok was Midwest Embalmer.
Let's see if I can find it right now. I don't know how this person posted this and didn't think they were going to get in trouble with their boss like immediately.
Like, if the decedents hadn't been in there and you're just singing and putting the equipment back together, like the cot cover and stuff like that, primo, because your prep room was mint. It was clean. It was nice. I will say that.
Yeah, totally.
What I saw was immaculate. And your poor friend there that was helping you dress that cot, you should have left him out of that. That was wrong of you.
Okay, so Midwest Embalmer, who I suppose. So he has 505 views on one thing. What motivates you the most is one of his things. He has 1,344 views on another thing. He has okay, so yeah, so he still has it. Okay, so now I can see it. Why didn't you just tell me what his name was? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I do see that woman in the back. I mean, she's not identifiable. But it's I mean, if I watched that and that was my mom, I would be furious. Let's see. Oh, he turned off. It's funny because he turned off comments, meaning that he knows that people are not into this. And I just watched him drop a body. Oh my god. What the actual shit? People like this? Why are there 102 likes on this? Who is liking you dropping a body? Wow. Wow.
And here's the thing. Back in October, November of last year, I sent you a YouTube video about a guy in Vegas that was a removal tech. Driver transporting bodies for funeral homes fired after posting videos to TikTok of him putting people in the coolers. Like, he's like, I'm just trying to educate people, but he's sitting there like, this guy had a coronary artery, blah 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 blah. This is like, you can't do that. Can't do that.
Sorry, I'm just letting people know because right now I'm like, I put up our YouTube thing, and so now I'm just following up with BT Dub. We are talking about the ethics of filming in the prep room with an actual video that was posted yesterday. So yesterday, wow, that is yeah. When you see it clearly, okay. No lie, when I looked at it on the phone and the text message, like I was trying to listen to it at work all on the side.
You're like, Melissa, why are you making a big deal out of this?
It didn't look that bad. It just looked like it was like when it's little, it looks really small. And I was like, okay. Cause like we've seen our colleagues and let's right now not say their names because I don't want anyone to misconstrue us calling them out. So I'm gonna say I've seen colleagues film in the prep room and I've been fine with it. I haven't seen anything. I've been like, all right, you do you, boo. Like, you're just doing an educational video.
Mhm.
This is different. This is not an this is a shock value. I can see why people, okay, first of all, I see why you reposted it, because I think that honestly I would have been so hot that I would have reposted it too. And it would have, I would have taken me a second to catch myself and be like, oh crap, I just reposted something that is terrible and does not need to be like, doesn't need to be shown more. Like, what we're doing right now is appropriate enough where we can just discuss what we saw, but we need to not, yeah. Sorry. This is watermelon juice and
Oh,
soda water.
nice.
Oh my god, watermelon juice and soda water is my new favorite drink. I put like a tiny bit of vanilla syrup in it. Mwah. Oh, it's delicious.
Mm.
All right, so I think that we agree that the ethics of this, not great at all. My guess is that these videos are going to be down by tomorrow. I probably hope that they are. Did we report them? They should be reported. Can we report them?
There's another mortician on TikTok that was brought to the it was brought to their attention, and they're
Mhm.
out of Texas, and they reported it to TikTok, but I don't know if they figured out where this person works yet. So that was the initial intent of me sharing it.
Okay.
So that just needed, but then like then I've got the whole triggered about, well, at what point is that canceling someone, or coming for their job? Is that, should I
Well,
have?
I think that, okay, so today I was thinking a lot about cancel culture, and I was thinking about how when we're little and we make mistakes because we're learning, parents, if you say something wrong, like, okay, when I was little, this story will make sense and it will go somewhere and I won't lose my train of thought. When I was in first grade, this girl, we were doing story time. This girl was reading and she was taking a very long time. And I got really frustrated and I went, ugh, just read the damn book. And my teacher was like, Amber. And I was like, Charlie, what now? And she was like, what did you just say? And I was like, book? And she was like, no. And I was like, read? And she was like, no. And I was like, damn. And she was like, yes, go pull a card and don't ever say that again. Now, perhaps she could have been a little bit more like, hey, so damn is a swear word. Because obviously that moment seared itself into my brain, but I wasn't canceled. I didn't get thrown out of class. They weren't like, well, that shitty little 6-year-old just said damn and she's done. It was like, all right, look, you got a slap on the wrist. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to tell your parents. Your parents are going to talk to you. But I just think like when we're children and we mess up, no one's like, you're canceled, go kill yourself. They're just like, all right, we need to talk about this. And it's so weird and interesting that like once we're adults, they're just like, well, you're an adult now. And it's like, no, adults are definitely not. I haven't met a single adult in my entire life. I have met children who are 36 or children that are 55. And I think that if we all offered the kindness to adults that we offer to children, like, hey, little dude, so here's what you said, and here's why it's not okay. And if we just gave that to other people, I think that the world would be a lot better. Having said that, I feel like we should all know that you should not you shouldn't he turned comments off, and turning comments off is like it's like an admission of guilt. Like he's like, uh-oh, people seem to be really pissed, and then he doubled down on it and he was like turned his comments off. You, on the other hand, we spent 8 minutes trying to find a video that you had deleted a long time ago because someone was like, hey girl, maybe not okay, and you were just like, true, right, you are. Yeah. And we're not coming from him. I did think, I was like, oh shoot, should we have even said his name, because maybe we don't want people harassing him. But don't worry, everyone, he turned his comments off so no one can harass him. But it's pretty bad. Everybody should know that's a violation of your license. You can't show, I mean, I can see that the side of that woman's face. It's
Any picture, video that I've posted on my Instagram or TikTok that actually in it, the family either A, asked me to film it and post it, B, signed a waiver because I've been involved with so many freaking documentaries at this point. I mean, maybe 3 is like so many to me because like, but, or it was shared with me by another cemetery or family that wanted their loved ones' burial to get attention to spread awareness of the
Right.
options.
So consent, you had consent.
Yes,
to
that's the
share.
difference. I
That-
had consent. I have had consent.
Right. Yeah, consent's everything, all across the board. When there's consent, when it's been authorized, when you've asked permission, that is different. These videos do not feel like permission was asked. And can we discuss that? I think that there would have been I think you said it earlier. There would have been an appropriate way to do this, because what do you sing in the embalming room is a fine question to talk to other coworkers. Like, hey, when you're at work, what do you sing? When I was an embalmer, I used to listen to Amy Winehouse's Back to Black. That was like, I had that on repeat all the time. And I had this band called Murder by Death that's like kind of rockabilly-ish. And I used to listen to them. And that he could have been like, what do you listen to? You could have put a picture of like a formaldehyde bottle up and been like, what do you listen to? That's me mimicking the TikTok voice. What do you listen to in the embalming room? But you don't need to show everybody in the embalming room for any reason ever.
I want to play another TikTok for you. Let me find it. While I'm looking for it. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to find it, but this beautiful woman, all beautiful makeup, her hair's done all nice, and it says, she's from Dallas, Texas. And she goes, I went on a date the other night with a funeral director, and he told me I was as pretty as the ladies that he works on. And he goes on to show her photos of the deceased women done.
Nope.
This man in Dallas, he is dating in Dallas, Texas, and works at a funeral home. Shame on you.
Yeah.
I know we are proud as embalmers. I can say I have taken a photo of before and after, but the family knew about it.
Yeah. Yeah. The only photos the only photos I've taken were photos that the family specifically asked me to take, and I deleted them immediately. So I took photos. I got to the point where I would sorry, I heard it's echoing. I would ask families to sign authorization forms. When I tell you like how careful I am about photographing the dead, like I want written consent. And I was really nice about it. Like, yeah, I wasn't like, hey, I was like, oh, I would be so happy to do this. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. So it's more of like a reiteration. So like, hey, so just to confirm, I want to make sure that you'd like a picture of the tattoos on the wrist, some tattoos on the leg, and then a couple pictures of the hands. And I'm going to put this down in writing just so we know, because I have had families that have I had a woman she released her husband into my care and then forgot because she was in such a stage of grief. And the nurse was just trying to release the husband into my care. So she gave the nurse verbal permission, and they were both in there. I heard her saying it. The nurse asked her, and she was like, yeah, that's fine. And the nurse was like, great, he can be released to you. And then later she was talking to me and she was like, yeah, I just have like been really meditating a lot all week, thinking about, I genuinely don't remember his name, but I like giving names to things. So I'm going to call him Tony. I've just been thinking all week about Tony being at the hospital. I think I'm ready for him to move into your care. And I was like, yeah. So Tony actually came into our care like 5 days ago after he died. She flipped out. Like when I tell you, like this woman, like she was furious, and she screamed at me, and she was so angry, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, you were on the phone. You told the nurse, you like, and I wouldn't have taken, he couldn't have been released without her signature. But the problem is that the nurse probably was like, yeah, can you sign this so that he can be released into the mortuary's care? And she signed it, but she didn't know what she was signing.
Yep.
Because like, I will say this, right hand of God, every hospital I've worked with has been phenomenal. I have never had, I literally have never had, I've had people that I've worked with on our side, on the funeral side, that have been shady as F. But I can say that every hospital I've worked with has been very good about not releasing people without the appropriate signature. But miscommunications happen, and the nurse gave the paperwork. This woman signed it. Anyways, the point being, you just get everything in writing, because this woman lost her shit on me. And I was like, here is the paper. You authorized it. It's unfortunately, it's not my fault because I wasn't even there in the room. I can't be everywhere all at once. So anyways, the point being that any photographs, I take that, I protect myself, because people, when they are grieving, are not always in the right mind, and that is a great way for a lawsuit. Just if you if you are just dying, no pun intended, to get sued, don't put anything in writing. You will get sued immediately. And I have not been sued. Knock on, that's my bookcase. Knock on wood. So
yeah, thankfully, most of the funeral homes that I have known or worked with in the last 4 years have had a policy in place to get something signed. Yeah. But I remember early in my career, people showing me their phones all the time at the funeral homes and different cases that they worked on and stuff. And documentary people were walked up to and shown stuff on their phone. Oh, look at this embalming that I did. So I know it still happens, and it should not.
No, I never. I immediately deleted photos. But I'm pretty sure, like I told the documentary people, that when I worked at Forest Lawn, the girls that I worked with would try on the clothing of the decedents, and they took pictures of them, and then they would text it to each other while they were in there, and they would like laugh about it. And so help me God, if those girls ever try to say I'm lying, I remember those decedents' names. And it, like, because they had very specific names where it was like one of the guys, I don't remember his name, but I remember his profession, because he was a CHP officer. And I could describe him to someone that wanted to do like a sketch, and I can tell you what month he died in. It'd be pretty easy to figure out who he was. And the other woman, I remember her name because it was just a very specific name, and I'm not going to say it ever on recording, but I can tell you later. So if those girls ever feel like they'd like to deny it, I would love for them to deny it, because it would be delightful to rat their shitty little unethical asses out, because they're the reason that I'm not an embalmer. And like whenever we would talk about like not being a mortician because you're not an embalmer, like it always made me sad, because I was like, look, the reason I'm not an embalmer is because like those girls bullied me to the point that I threw up every morning. I went to work, I went to the bathrooms in the back, I put my purse in my locker, I went to the bathrooms, I vomited, and then I went back out to work. And then one day I walked into work and I was like, I can't do this anymore. These girls have you've absolutely destroyed this for me. I cannot do this. I cannot come back here. I cannot work like this. My boss's advice to me was just to not talk to them for the next 2 years. That was her advice. Maybe just don't talk to your coworkers. Oh, sure. I would love to work around people who have died by suicide in all sorts of horrific manners, and dead children, which is just the worst, most horrible thing ever, and all this grief. And then also know that my coworkers hate me while they're trying on dead people's clothing. Really? I'm the asshole here. I'm the asshole. So anyways.
Yep, I heard it.
I have other stories about them, but we can save them for another
We got to
podcast.
save that for the Mentally Unstable Morticians podcast. That's what I was going to suggest, is that we put a pin on this one
Yeah.
for that.
Oh, yeah.
Watch the YouTube video that I sent you in your texts,
Okay.
where it says driver transporting bodies.
Mhm.
This was something, the one that I was talking about, that happened last year.
Okay.
So you'll just be able to play that so everybody can hear it.
I don't think it's come through yet. Wait.
It's right above the text that says separate incident. I'll send it right now.
Oh, that kktv.com?
Yes.
Okay. Driver transporting bodies to funeral home. Oh, I have to burp. Sorry. Okay. Well, thank God he was fired. Okay.
The grenade. Cause of death was a pulmonary embolism.
Okay.
Shock and outrage over a TikTok account that shows a part of death we don't normally see. The videos come from a driver who transports bodies, and the details can be morbid or, to some, disturbing. What and who he sees on the job, he posts on social media, and tens of thousands are watching. Fox 5's Lauren Martinez joins us with the story you will only see on Fox 5. Lauren?
John, it's really unlike anything we've seen
I don't know if you
before.
should
This
only
young
on
man
Fox
says
5.
he does it to raise awareness about what happens after a mortuary transporter takes your loved one from home or from the hospital. But as you're about to see, this blurs the line of what's legal and what's ethical.
Why are they showing this on the news?
This cooler had over 50 bodies. I keep the temperature in the cooler at a 40-degree feel so the bodies won't start to stink.
Kamal Daniel transports the dead to funeral homes and crematories throughout the Las Vegas Valley. It's a job he unveils by recording videos and posting them on TikTok.
So
This was a homicide case. The guy here killed 2 innocent people in a Walmart parking lot.
The bodies are real, but Daniel says the way he describes how the decedent died is not. Almost overnight, one
Wait,
video
what?
grew his following
He
from
says that's
100
fake.
to thousands. Now his page has over 30.
okay, so this guy is showing pictures of real decedents and then lying about how they died.
Claiming
Wow.
after he got
Let's-
called on it. After he got called on it, he says, I'm
Uh-huh.
making up how these people died. That's not really how they died.
Wow, like, bro, I don't think that's the point here. That's how they died. You know what? This is what happens when you pay people $11 an hour to do this job. And I hate saying that as a girl because I understand that like kind of walks the line of like what was she wearing, which is a thing that we've discussed in past couple things where it was like, Amber, everything you got is your own fault. But this is different because again, I feel like this is like my Scooby-Doo moment where I unmask someone and I'm like,
Mhm.
capitalism, it's you know. Once again, it's capitalism. We thought it was a ghost and it's not. It's that we wanted a cheaper product, so we wanted to underpay our employees. And what happens when you pay people $11 an hour is you only get a certain kind of person who has no other options but to take $11 an hour, and they can't find another job or a better paying job because they don't have the time because they're probably overworked. They're clearly underpaid. Also, what happens when you get that is that all the good people leave and you only get the bad ones. So
Yep,
pay
the
people
bad
more.
ones run out all the good people.
Yep. That's monstrous. That's monstrous. You know what? Also, it's such a commentary on, I say this as we're like live on YouTube, on our social media, like, follow, subscribe. But it's very indicative of like the fact that all of us are just like, give me attention. Look at me. What's going on? It's just like, that's not ethically. Holy shit.
So that was our emergency session tonight. I hope if this guy hears our podcast or sees our YouTube, I just want him to know you had a really great prep room, but there's a different way that you should be posting your questions. And my constructive criticism would be, please don't post somebody's loved one without their express permission in the future.
Yes, I agree. It's fine to talk about death. It's great to normalize it and make it okay for everyone to chat about. It's not a good look. No, it's unethical. It's
That's
unethical.
so
Also,
unethical.
sorry guys, I got home from work, so this is my beanie. It's unethical to show anybody that's dead without express permission. I'm pretty sure it's illegal in the state of California. I don't know what state this person's in.
Las Vegas. Oh no.
The Midwest, yeah.
No.
So yeah, it's just unethical. Things, like there's a difference between cancel culture and ethics. That's why there are so many college courses dedicated to ethics. That's unethical. Yeah. So maybe we'll follow up in a couple days and we'll see if this video has been taken down.
All right. Well, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you
Okay.
for listening, joining us, whenever you're hearing this. Like, comment, share. Link trees are in the bios.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm Amber Carvaly. I am Mortician in the Kitchen. I have kitchen in my name, but really haven't been talking a lot about food lately. I've just been talking about the mortician-y part, which is fine. Follow me at Mortician in the Kitchen or go to www.morticianinthekitchen.com.
Right on.
Yeah.
TheModernMortician.com and the Instagrams, the TikToks, and all the things. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And.
Bye.